Welcome, yogis. I am Lauren Vogel, and this is 20 minutes of Zentric Yen. So this is a nice, relaxing, very grounded yoga practice that you can incorporate at the end of a day. Really great if you're having one of those days where you're stressed, or one of those days it's just emotional, hormonal, whatever it is that you're feeling. This practice can help ground you, make you feel a little better. All right, so let's start in a crisscross applesauce position, cross-legged, Indian style, however you want to say this, Sukhasana, easy seat. And let's just find a couple breaths, okay? So let your shoulders roll up and back. And let's take 2 clearing breaths. So big inhale through your nose. Big exhale, let it go. Good, one more like that. Big inhale through your nose. And a big sigh. And let the stress just melt off of you. And now your palms can be up or down. And just feel yourself connected to the mat, to the earth, to the floor beneath you. And as your eyes softly close, see if you can relax any tension in the corners of your eyes, the inside corners, outside corners. Let your lips relax. Let the space between your eyebrows relax. And then start to pay attention just to your natural and normal breath. So our natural and normal breath, we don't give it much thought. All right, so I don't want you to change that breath. So with our yin practice, we're not breathing that deep Durga breath. We're just breathing naturally and normally. And really bringing ourselves into the present moment. Good, and then from here, moving into our first shape. It's called Sphinx. Right, so we're gonna roll over those ankles. We're gonna come to laying down on our belly and just start out nice and easy. So nice and easy just means that maybe your elbows are a little away from you. If low back feels okay there, let your hips shake a little side to side. And if your low back does feel okay, maybe you bring those elbows in closer so the shoulders and the elbows are lined up. All right, and then again, let the hips shift a little side to side. This is just releasing some tension in your low back and in your hamstrings, your glutes. And then just imagine, visualize your mid-spine, and then follow your awareness from mid-spine down the length of your body to your toes. See if whatever tension you might be holding, can just soften. And you can use your breath to do that. So the breath is natural and normal, we're not changing it, but we're still aware of that breath. And if ever you find one of those pockets of tension and you feel just that natural urge to take that sigh, that clearing breath, I encourage you to go with that intuition, to go with that feeling. And so our yin postures, our natural, our normal breath, trying to relax into these shapes. And we hold each pose anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 minutes. So once you get into this shape, maybe the eyes can close. Natural, normal breathing. What I love about yin is that it's so healing. You get into these spaces, these places in your body and your joints that you might not normally get to in a regular practice, in a vinyasa practice or a flow. And more than that, yin is grounding. It really brings you into the present moment, and it is essentially a very deep meditation. Really using two forces here. The force of gravity and time. So those two elements combined, different shapes of our bodies, can really soften some areas that are causing us tension. Help us release things we might not even realize we're holding on to, or that are holding us back. Maintaining your awareness of just the sensation that you're feeling in your body. How does it change with each passing breath? Good, and then with your next inhale, I'm just gonna lift your chin, pull your heart slightly forward. And then as you exhale, just slowly start to let those elbows come out. So maybe make a pillow out of your hands and turn your head one way or another. And just let your head rest down. In between each pose we do, it's a moment or two of a rebound. With the energy at the apex of the pose where we were feeling it the most, let that energy settle. Let blood flow come back. And let the awareness come back to those spaces. Good, and then from here we're just gonna let hands come under the shoulders. We're gonna push ourselves up to all fours, walk your knees in. We'll just come to seated, finding soles of the feet together for a nice butterfly. All right, so opposite position, opposite movement from what we just had. Right, you might want to use your bolster or your block. So in our butterfly position, we're going to let those heels go away from the body, so not pulling them in tight. I'm going to place my bolster right forward in front of me, but again, bolsters are optional. You can also just use a big pillow. All right, and just let yourself start to fold forward. All right, I love a good bolster so I can just lay my head down. But I really want you to find that place where it's comfortable for you. So if you need to prop yourself up, if you need a block under this bolster so it's a little closer up, sounds nice. All right, but we just allow ourselves to sort of melt in here. There's going to be these places of tension in our bodies, but the longer that we stay in our postures, that's time. Gravity will start to pull us in. The muscles, tendons, ligaments, everything starts to soften and relax. Our nervous system starts to downshift. So right off the bat, let's let the eyes close. Notice where you're feeling this the most. Most likely low back, hips. If the mind starts to wander, as of course it will, that is what our minds do. You just focus on your breath. And steady breath. Notice how fast or how slow it might be moving in and out. Notice what sensations you feel on the front body that coordinate with your inhale and your exhale. last 20 seconds here. Then moving really slowly out of this pose, almost like a sloth. I'm going to start to rise up. Let the hands go down to the mat, push you down slowly, rising up, feeling everything as you rise up. The low back, the hips. And then we're just gonna let that bolster move to the side. If you used it, let those knees come together. And before we move on, let's just take just a couple windshield wipers here. All right, so fingers are on the mat facing you. And let the knees drop over to the right. Turn your chin to the left. And then knees come up. Let's take knees over to the left and chin to the right. And then one more each side, over to the right, through the center and over to the left. Good. And then sitting back up and take a wide-legged forward fold. All right, so legs out long in front of you. You might get a bolster or a block. You can put it underneath your seat, underneath your sit bones if you start to fold forward and you don't go very far. All right, so kind of decide what feels right for you. Hopefully that bolster is nearby. You can always use a blanket or a pillow too. Let's take a nice, lovely shoulder rolling breath. And when you exhale, let's just start to walk those hands forward. All right, feeling your way down. So when you hit that place of tension where you feel like, okay, I'm really starting to feel this now, stop there, pause, notice. That's an edge. We want to just play around with the edges of a pose. You're going to find another one. And you're going to lean into these edges. So the longer we're here, that time, the more gravity will start to do its job, pulling us down. We're really using those two forces to get us deep into the pose and deeper into ourselves. All right, so of course, if the bolster is available to you, you could put it right under your forearms. A block could help too. And sometimes we can use our own hands as a prop. And just see if you're holding any tension in your toes, your ankles. How does your natural, normal breath change when you're in these places, in these spaces, these poses? You might find that it softens, elongates. You might find the breath is smoother. Or it could be the opposite. It could be that the breath grows shallow. It could be that the breath gets choppier. And if that's the case, that's insight. Insight into the areas that you are in. Maybe it's a physical insight. Maybe there's tightness in the hip or knee or inner thigh from some sort of physical activity you did, or maybe it's more physiological or psychological. Trauma, they say, lives in the body, lives in the hips, stored deep. It's not uncommon to feel something like sadness or even anger in a yoga pose, especially when we go deep like we are. Okay, now slowly moving like that sloth again, you're just going to start to walk yourself back up. Nice and easy. Good, and let the hands come behind you again. You can be on your fingertips or your palms. Just gonna lean back just ever so slightly. Pull your heart forward. Pull your shoulder blades back. Lift your chin. Take a breath in. Good, and a nice slow breath out. Good, I'm just gonna let that, you might even pick it up, let that right leg come over to meet the left. And we are gonna lay down on our backs. Squeezing knees into your chest. And let's get into a lovely, wonderful twist here. All right, so right knee, gonna let it cross over the left. Okay, so we can make these eagle legs for a pose called twisted root. All right, so I'm gonna push my bolster away. And if that ankle doesn't wrap around, if your right ankle doesn't wrap around the outside of your left calf, no big deal. It's okay, arms out. We're gonna let knees drop over to the left as the chin drops over to the right. And I'm gonna let my block go down underneath my right knee. So there's a block between my knee and the floor and my right knee. And that just, when we get into these poses, we want to be supported. We don't feel too much strain or too much pull. Eventually, like even in the middle of the pose, you might have, gravity might have done its thing. We might have worked through one or two edges, and then I can remove that block, right? But for now, the right arm's out to the right, chin is over toward that right shoulder. And that natural, normal breath is still our anchor to the present moment, our grounding force. So I moved that block and my knee is now all the way down on the other side. I was able to find another edge there, taking me deeper into this twist, into the low back, into the hips. I'm just noticing what thoughts come up, what emotions come up. We don't fight them, just look at them, notice them. Don't attach to them. Let's inhale, come through the center. We're gonna unwind those legs. And for our rebound here, put both feet on the mat. Think about low back pressing to the floor. You might even push your feet into the floor slightly. Good, just a neutral spine, neutral hips before we go to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and get my block and put it out here to support me in case I need it on this side. So left leg, I'm gonna wrap it around the right. And those eagle legs again. Maybe that left foot hooks around that right ankle, maybe not. All right, that's not a must. Okay. And scoot those hips over toward the left. And just start to let those knees drop over. So this side I'm okay. All right, so it's this side, I might not need that block. Yeah, we'll start out with it. All right, so block underneath that hip for me, that knee for me, maybe not for you. All right, left arm is out to the left, and chin turns over toward that left shoulder. And right off the bat, you notice breath. Notice your right hip as it's in or on the mat. Many times in my own practice, I will find that I am clenching whatever is on the mat. I'm tightening, and I have to tell myself, Lauren, back off, stop tensing up there. I'm gonna move that block now. Deep twists are some of the most cleansing, detoxing things we can do for our bodies. Unless you do yoga, we don't typically find ourselves in these positions. So if twists are so healing, so good, so detoxing, we have to be pretty deliberate about doing them, right? We have to do them on purpose because they don't just accidentally happen in our lives. Except if you're maybe a mom and you have to twist around to get something for your toddler in the back seat while you're driving. Hopefully not when you're driving, you're at like a traffic light or something, right? I'll tell you, during those young years of my kids, I got really flexible with my shoulders. Yoga really came in handy. Had to reach back, grab the passy that had fallen down. Oh my goodness, those were the days. Next, slow breath in. We're gonna unwind. All right, so let those knees come up, unwind those legs. Again, we are just gonna let low back, I'm gonna scoop my hips back to the middle. Let your low back just plant down. Let it be flat on the mat. Arms out by your side. And we're gonna go right into Shavasana from here. And I am going to get this lovely bolster, put it underneath my knees. If you have one of these round bolsters, it's so nice. So the knees, or the bolster goes right underneath your knees. And it just helps to support your low back and your Shavasana. So letting those arms go out by the sides. Let the chin come in toward the chest slightly. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And we'll take a clearing breath here to end our practice together. Inhale, big and full. Pull air down as much as you can to the bottom of your lungs. Hold that breath in. And exhale, sigh that breath out. And let that breath sink you down into the mat, into the floor. And your breath completely normal and natural, no effort here. A few glorious minutes where you don't have to do anything, where you don't have to be anything other than right here. Shavasana, especially after a yin practice, so healing, so magical. Don't miss out on this opportunity to let yoga flush out any sort of tension, stagnant energy in your body. You've opened up all of these spaces in your hips, in your low back, even your front body. A few minutes in Shavasana allows your body to integrate your practice into every cell. So at least 2 to 3 minutes here, more if you have the time. Even take a nap now if you can. I'm grateful you practiced with me today. I'm Lauren Vogel. This is Zentric. And namaste.